motor, J motor, J motor, J motor, recognize Heckler house, Heckler house. Oh, 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 oh.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, this past week there really wasn't anything really big going on again. You know, them attacking Christmas holiday up there at the White House. Other than that, I did see an update on the whole Kari Lake thing. They had plenty of evidence to show that Katie Hobbs and the rest of the Democrats there, they cheated. They literally proved that they cheated. And then the judge went and became corrupt because somebody paid him off. Because he sided with Katie Hobbs and them when he knew better, but he did it anyway. Kari Lake is filing for an appeal. They're going to go to the Supreme Court because, you know, they even show, I mean, how dumb do you have to be? You literally see these people testifying for Katie Hobbs, and they're lying on the stand on day one, and then they're backtracking a couple days later and then making shit up. They lied. It's perjury. It's all bullshit. But Kari Lake, of course, is, like I say, she's going to appeal. She's not going to stop. She's going to hold Katie Hobbs and the rest of them witnesses accountable for what they did. They cheated, and the evidence proves it. So this judge obviously got paid off. He's corrupt. So we'll see what happens there. Now, I do want to do a little, I guess you call it, update again. I have been watching the horrible and retarded rendition remake of fucking Willow, the series on Disney. And this last episode was just horrific. You got a horrible actor, ginger black actress, fighting another horrible black gender actress who apparently is her older sister in the series and is they're daughters of, I can't remember the guy's name, the one that wore the skull in the movie and they was running the castle for Morgan. I can't, General whatever his name is, I don't remember. But anyway, supposedly they're like part of this weird fucking cult tribe or some shit, and they're the daughters of them, blah blah blah. No one ever told her, wah wah wah, whatever. It was just, it was dumb, it was retarded. And then they tried to make them like, you know, they're a happy, peaceful tribe, but yet they're going around killing people left and right. It made no sense. It was dumb. And then Willow and them just accept them as, you know, happy-go-lucky tribe when they're actually murderers killing thugs. But whatever. It was dumb. It was stupid. And the last thing I wanted to bring up to date on the Willow thing is, oh my God, I wish Disney would fucking back the fuck off of good classic rock music and then doing a feminist version of it at the end of every episode. It's absolutely, they completely destroy the song. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. Every rendition they've tried to have at the end of every episode, it's terrible. They got some female singing over, you know, some rock, and they've tried to change the song, like the beat or pace. It's just, it's horrible. It's god awful. They butcher the music. Some good classic songs. Anyways, moving on. Let's get on to what I really want to talk about. I just finally got done watching, like a week ago, season 5 of The Last Kingdom, the TV show called The Last Kingdom. Now, I've done every season. I've gone over every season in past videos if you want to watch them. This last season is supposed to be the end of the show, but maybe not. Apparently, this guy Cromwell or whatever who wrote the series, he puts some fictional characters in historic events, historic settings. It's historic fiction, basically. Anyways, his main protagonist, Uhtred, he shits on his character over and over and over. I mean, he pushes him like I mean, he did everything that's through the whole series. He's constantly putting him in situations where that's just fucked up, and he does it constantly throughout the entire show. Now, this last season, Uhtred finally gets his wish. He wanted his it's not his kingdom. He's just kind of like governor over the land or some shit. Like he's the lord of the land or something. He finally gets his place back called Bamberber or some shit like that. He gets it back at the end of this season, you know, at the end of the show. He lost a lot of people along the way, good friends, loved ones, that kind of shit. His daughter's a pain in the ass. The king, almost all kings are cocksuckers. They always were. You had very few good kings. Most of the kings back in the day, they were mean sons of bitches. Like, they were cruel. This King Edward, he's the same way. He's kind of a dick. And so is the Scotland king that they got to fight against at the end of the show. He's kind of a dick too. They all were back then. Kings were not nice people, the majority of them. Like I said, you had a few exceptions, but most kings were dicks. They could give a fuck less about you. Anyways, I think it's fucked up what they did, or what that Brita chick did to his son, but shit goes on, I guess. Anyways, when I started to first watch it, I was like, oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna watch this, because they try to make Brita like she's some badass fucking chick who's built up a fucking army, sorta, almost like a cult following, like she's some fucking priestess queen or some shit. I was just, oh, I don't know about this. But that only lasted like a couple episodes, and then, you know, she pretty much fell off her high horse kind of shit and got set on her ass. You know, it was, but anyways, Brita does, spoiler alert, Brita does get it towards the end, so she's done it after this season, about halfway through or so. but everything ends well, all well for Uhtred, and he keeps the North and King Edward and the King of Scotland up the north or whatever. He keeps them separated for now, anyway. Now, in the books, I guess there's actually like 15 books, and the series is only based on 9 of those books. So the rumor is that they're going to do like a couple of movies or something to finish off the books, because there's still like 3 more that didn't get told. So there's more. I've never read the books. I probably never will. But the series is okay. It's not bad. It's alright. Seriously, throughout the whole series, I was constantly pissed at the author because he kept shitting on the main character. And the main character kept get stabbed in the back over and over by people that he trusted and was constantly helping, save and shit. They constantly stabbing him in the back, especially the royal family. It was just fucked up. Anyways, the show's not bad. It's decent. It's alright. I give it 2 thumbs up. If you like historical crap like that, historic fiction, check it out. Good show, not bad. And the main guy, I think his name's Alex something, I can't remember the actor's name. He's a decent actor. He's a pretty good actor. Now, other than that, like I said, the show's fairly good and the acting's pretty decent. So it wasn't bad. It just, like I said, the way he treated this character, I wanted to knock the fucking piss out of the author for doing that, because it just kept pissing me off. Good show. Check it out. Alright, let's get on to your B-movie reviews.
Then I dash away from Popo. Yeah, snakes around my grass, they want my dough though. But I keep a 40, they don't know, no.
Okay, movie holics. This week is Horror Week. And I chose some older 80s classics. Well, I wouldn't consider them 80s classics. They're definitely B-rated. The first one I just happened to run across, figure why the hell not. It's called The Deadly Spawn. It was done in 1983. Only made about 20 grand at the box office, so it didn't do all that well. Like I said, it's pretty B-rated. It started someone named Don Franco, or DeFranco, sorry, and Gene Taffler. Now, basically the movie is your alien creature type movie. You have some aliens that crash landed on Earth, and then they don't take over the town. Everything's done at this one house, pretty much, and to this one family, and that's it. Family and friends. So everything pretty much centers on this one house. At the very beginning, you have 2 guys who get killed by the aliens. It doesn't show it. You don't see the alien until about halfway through. And the alien kind of spawns off these little slug-like creatures that grow up with like 2 or 3 heads with big teeth that chomp and kill people. Pretty much, you know, the family's kind of half-ass retarded. You have these 4 friends who kind of like show up at the house, and most of them get eaten. I don't know what it is with the alien thing, but he likes to chomp off their heads for some reason and ditch the bodies, which makes no sense. The parents that live in the house, they get killed right off the bat. The uncle gets killed. But these 4 kids, they're like teenagers. They find one. They're trying to dissect it and figure out what it is. One of these little slugs before it grows up and becomes the bigger type alien. Apparently this alien lays a nest in the basement. That's where they're all coming from. They like water for some reason. Doesn't explain why. Apparently it's raining the entire time, almost until the very end. Some of the scenes where they're pulling people out of the house is just kind of laughable because it's just dumb looking. And all of a sudden you like have like a bunch of the towns shown up with the cops and the ambulance and shit. And they're outside, they're killing all these little slug aliens or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, now they're killing them. What the fuck, you know? It was cheesy. It was just super cheesy film. The little kid, the little brother Charles or whatever, he goes down the basement looking for his parents because he knows something's wrong. And when he gets down there, he finds the alien. And I'm shitting you not, he just stands there. And the aliens don't do nothing to him. He just plays around with and watches him. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, he's like 2 feet from the big alien, and he just stands there. Like, for an hour. It's just weird. But he figures out they can't see or something. All they can do is hear. They have exceptional hearing. And that's how he ends up killing him later on. Blows him up. It's just with flash powder. He blows him up with flash powder. Okay, whatever. Anyways, unless you're really hardcore into horror, you can pass on this, and it wouldn't hurt you in the least bit. It really was not a very good movie. I give a thumbs up, thumbs down. If you're just looking for something to watch, it was cheesy as fuck. I mean, it was bad. Alright, moving on. I can't believe, you know, they made a movie in '83 like this. It was just whatever. Like I said, moving on. The next movie, some people have heard. Some consider it a cult classic, and then others are just, it's still too B-rated. It's called EvilSpeak, and it was done in 1981, and it only made about $1 million, so it didn't do really good. It starred Clint Howard and Lynn Hancock. Now, you have a couple other recognizable actors in this film. You know, Richard Mole is in this at the beginning, but just at the very beginning. You don't really see him much in the rest of the movie. Maybe a couple times, you know. real short scenes. But anyways, it's your typical, kid is getting bullied by some jocks. It's a military school, and this one kid is getting bullied by like 4 different jocks. Well, I wouldn't even call them jocks. They're just, they just think they're better than everybody, kind of. Anyways, he finds this old book or whatever. Or, well, man, back that up a minute. He's told by the military academy's priest, I guess his priest. They have a church there on the campus. The priest tells him to go clean the basement. He ends up finding this secret tunnel in the basement, and in the tunnel he finds a room, an old room that had been boarded up or whatever, bricked up. He finds like this old ass ritual book that can summon Satan to help him and do wicked shit, blah blah blah. So he does. He uses a computer to do it. He types everything in the computer to get it to help him out. Throughout most of the movie, he's just trying to fucking figure out how to work the spell. He's trying to get components for the spell, and he eventually finds out he needed human blood to finalize the spell. Yeah, towards the end of the movie, he figures this out. The bullies kill his dog. He had a dog, and it sets him off, and he ends up he kills one professor or a military professor who's being a dick. That's where he got his blood. And then he ends up killing the coach, the 4 bullies, and the other priest guy or whatever. I don't know. He kills a bunch of them in the church, sets it on blaze, kills them all. And then at the end of the movie it says that, he's put in an asylum because he's like the supposedly only survivor. They didn't know that he was the one going around killing them. They think he was just stressed out after what he saw, all the killings. They didn't know who had done it. And that at the very end it says that he will return. Well, that never happened because we didn't get no sequel to this shit. I mean, it was B-rated. It was okay for a one-time watch, but it wasn't like super great. I'm not sure if I would call this a classic because it was okay. You had some fairly decent acting in it, but other than that, the story was kind of lame, I thought. It was alright, but it was kind of cheesy. If you're looking for, unless you're a really hardcore horror fan, you don't really need to watch this unless you're just looking for something to watch. Again, thumbs up, thumbs down. It was okay. Wasn't horrible. Not as bad as the first one I watched, but it was alright. That's all I have to say on that one. It was okay. Alright. That's all I have for you this week. Till next time. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any suggestions of underrated or B-rated type movies that you think I may never have heard of or seen, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below, and I will get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next time, I told you you'd be told the truth, and you just been told.